Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. Hope you're all doing well. Look, before getting into my post-game review of the pre-season challenge clash between the Cronulla Sharks and the One New Zealand Warriors, if you are a new viewer or returning viewer to the channel and you haven't done so already, please make sure you are subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free. It really does help in terms of pushing the content out to any Warriors fans or any NRL fans in general, and it's much appreciated as well. And don't forget to give this video a like. Make sure you click the thumbs up button on this video, click the bell to be notified for all your New Zealand Warriors content on the channel next. Now, going into this game, the Warriors pretty much named one of their strongest sides. Now, of course, being the Vegas game in a couple of weeks' time, this is probably the only outing we'll see of a lot of the established first graders in the team. And of course, we did name a very big extended squad with a lot of the younger players being added into the side as a whole. And look, originally the Warriors did have Roger Tuivasa-Sheck lining up on the wing, but due to a bit of a niggle in training, RTS was ruled out, and in came Ed Kosi onto the wing. As for the Sharks, no Hines, no Whenua Blake, so that meant a relatively inexperienced Sharks team to take on the Warriors down there at PointsBet Stadium in Cronulla. But yeah, so the Sharks, obviously, they decided they will be naming their full strength lineup, close to their full strength lineup for their round one clash in the next week, in their next trial game. So yeah, look, the way this game actually did start, it was as you would expect in a trial game, very scrappy early on, lots of mistakes. The Warriors, in terms of their attack, look, showed some very good signs, but the execution was just not quite there. Defensively, I will get to that one in a sec with the try that the Sharks scored, but the attack so far, look, I thought there were signs of Warriors were actually showing some promise there, and definitely threatening the Sharks, but the ill discipline and the penalties given away were a bit frustrating to watch at times throughout this first half. In particular, it gave the Sharks a couple of opportunities as well. The Sharks did score that first try to Tommy Hazelton. That try could have easily been avoided. Defensively, it was just too easy, way too soft. And the Warriors, we talked about defense last year. That was the reason why they did not make finals in 2024. And that defense right there was a little bit of concern early on, but the boys managed to get a try back, and Chance Nickel-Cook started scoring the try there. The attack finally started to show a bit of signs of clicking, and Chance Nickel-Cook went over the score, the Warriors try. And going into halftime, it was 6-6. Now, players that I thought had a very strong first half and stood out for me, I got to say, Chance Nickel-Cook C&K, scoring that try. He also topped the running meters for the Warriors in this match with 179 in terms of the stats there, which was listed on NRL.com. So, look, Chance, there's a lot of talk around Chance this season. People saying that Tane Tuapiki should be the starting fullback. All the base of what last season was, which is quite totally understandable. I do get it, because Chance last year, form wasn't there. It really dropped off. He did have an injury as well. So going into this year, he's got a point to prove. And a point to prove in this trial match. And I thought it was very strong throughout that first half in particular. Another player I thought was very good was Jacob Laban. Man, this guy is a very good talent. And he's an athlete as well. Now, there's a bit of talk around the bench, what the bench is going to look like. And I think Jacob Laban definitely has put his hand up to be selected on the bench for that clash against the Raiders in Vegas. So I think I've got to say hats off to Jacob Laban, because it was such a strong showing from him in this trial game. Very strong in particular. I thought he did enough from what I've seen to be able to put his hand up to be there for that Vegas match. And also Dimitri Valmuanga as well. Now Dimitri's a big body, man. He's a unit, right? And I feel like Dimitri has got to find himself a spot in the 17. And I personally would have him in there for that Raiders clash for me. So I thought Dimitri was pretty strong too for us in terms of forwards. And speaking of our halves now, which I had a keen eye on going into this trial game, Luke Metcalf, man, besides the one mistake he made, which was kicking it dead for a 7-tackle set, was very good. It was very good, and I am so excited for what Luke Metcalf can bring to the table this season. Very looking forward to what he can do. I do feel like if he can stay fully fit, this could be his season, right? This could be it for me. Tamari Martin now, look, I'll be honest, defensively, being strong, I thought Tamari was a little bit quiet in the first half. Now, I believe he did switch positions in the second half and I think he played a little bit of halfback from my memory, 7 in the second half. If I'm wrong there, correct me there in the comment section. But I think he sort of got a little bit better in the second half. But yeah, look, I feel like if you're looking at the halves, and look, it's still not a clear message from me who the 6 and 7 combination is going to be, but we know Luke Metcalf's going to be there, right? But what jersey is he going to wear moving forward? So, yeah, look, Tamari Martin, man, look, I feel like there's so many people that absolutely love him. He gets a lot of hype from a lot of people. But look, I don't know. Like, it does feel like he still hasn't done enough, in my opinion. Look, this is my view, and some people will disagree, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know. In terms of what he brings, it's not quite certain yet he'll get his spot in the 17 in the starting lineup. But that's just me, and I really would love to see Tana Boyd get an opportunity next week against the Storm in Waikato and Hamilton to see what he can produce. As a whole there, but quite a few concerns in terms of players coming off with niggles. We saw Dallin come off with, it looked like he was a hand injury there, so let's just hope it's nothing serious. I haven't seen any reports yet on Dallin and whether that is going to put him in doubt for round 1, but if it does put him in doubt for round 1, I personally think the person that should be there in the 17, and look, I would play him on the wing. I know he's a fullback, but I would put Tane Tuapiki on the wing. We saw in the second half when he came on and played a bit of wing, he was very strong. So I would have him in there, right? You can't leave someone like Tane Tuapiki out of the side from what you've seen, from what I've seen as well as a whole. So, look, Ed Cossey is another one which I personally feel like he shouldn't be in the starting side altogether. And if he is our backup winger, that is a bit of an issue, isn't it? It's a bit of a concern if he's our only backup option if Roger's not fit. So you'd expect Roger to be back in the side for round 1 and should be fit to play for that game in Vegas there. But boy, it'll be a bit of a concern if Roger goes down injured, right? If he gets a serious injury, which is hope it doesn't ever happen. But our second backup option, who is it? It's not Ed Cossey. I mean, look, Cossey's had so many opportunities, man. He's had so many chances, and he's not quite delivered, right? So, yeah, if I was picking a player to play wing, it'd be Tane Tuapiki for me. Tane Tuapiki. But, yeah, also another player which I really was so happy to see play very well. And, look, I never doubted it. It was Sam Healey. Sam Healey coming off the bench, man. Such a quick player, elusive player. And he's got the skills, right? He's got the skills. He's got the kicking game. He's defensively strong. And I'm going to say it, he is a way better player than Freddie Lussick. And look, no disrespect to Freddie Lussick at all, but I do feel like if you're going to pick a backup hooker, we need someone similar to Egan, right? We don't need a Wade Egan, because that's not impossible, right? No one can be Wade Egan, but we need someone to produce as well in attack and not just defensively. And Lussick's all right defensively, but he doesn't quite have in terms of the attacking play, and that's what I love from Sam Healey and what he produced coming on the field. He just looked like a menace. He looked very threatening attacking wise, very quick player, and it's what we need, right? We know Egan's not going to play a full 80 minutes this year. We know it because he gets his body in big in positions. You know, he gets injured, right? So we need a good second option backup hooker, and I feel like Sam Healey is the one for me to take that spot in the 14 moving forward into round 1 against the Raiders there. But just on the other players, the second half, we saw obviously Tane getting that try. We were up 12-6. Just on that, we saw Dylan Walker as well, man. Dylan Walker playing the middle forwards. Always provides, man. Always does. And he was the main part of that try, especially. And just another thing was looking at Luke Hansen as well, who I thought was pretty good defensively for the minutes he got coming on the field. Jet Cleary, we got to see the man himself, Jet Cleary, come onto the field and play a few minutes. All but one mistake he made, which he went short off the dropout. It went out on the full. But besides that, I think Jet was pretty rock solid as well. It was good to see. Saw Ivan in the family in the stands here watching on. A proud father there. It was good to see Jet put on the Warriors jersey, albeit even though it's in pre-season there as a whole for this game. But yeah, look, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Who was your standout player? Which player would you pick in your 17 for the round 1 clash against the Raiders in Vegas? Who do you think impressed you the most to get into the side? Obviously, for me, it was Healey. It was Healey. Who did I say? Apologies, guys. Mind gone blank. Healey, Valmoanga, as well. Laban. Those were the players that really stood out for me in terms of getting in that 17 all together. But guys, make sure you like this video. Click the thumbs up button on the video. Like the video. Share this video around. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're a new viewer or returning viewer and haven't done so already. It's much appreciated and shows your support for the content that I do. And it's absolutely free as well. And we want to get to 3K subscribers, so please help the channel out. And help us get to 3K subscribers. And we want to get there by the first game of the NRL season. So thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see you guys all in the next one.